Hey you guys, it's Simone and I'm back with another video. Today's video is long overdue, but is going to be a brief update on how I look now, almost 2 years after having liposuction. And more importantly, I'm going to talk about why I cannot recommend my surgeon at this time. So if you want to hear all about that, please keep watching. All right, y'all, let's get right into it. So in case you didn't know, or you haven't seen any of my past videos, my surgeon was Dr. John Sampson in Miami, Florida, and my surgery was performed at Seduction Cosmetic Center, and I had Lipo 360. So it came to my attention a few weeks ago that Dr. John Sampson was in trouble. And why he was in trouble is because someone died on his operating table while he was performing a BBL procedure. Y'all, it's been really hard for me to make this video because I just really was surprised. I was really in shock when this information came out, because those of you who know or are in the, surgery world, for lack of a better way of putting it, Dr. Sampson was always known for being like really, really, really safe, very careful about who he would operate on. He just had a reputation for being like a stickler for health. So there was lots of cases where women were saying, oh, he turned me away because my BMI was slightly higher. I mean, this man, like, at the time when I was getting procedure done, he wasn't playing any games. He was very much by the book. So to hear that someone passed away on his table is just crazy. So I do want to express my condolences to the young woman that passed away and to her family. I don't know if they'll ever see this, but just know that I am sorry. Nobody should be dying, especially from something like that, I don't know if y'all can tell, but I really don't know what else to say. But I'm just going to get to the details and the facts. So Miami Herald wrote an article, and it was recently updated as of November 22nd, 2021. And I will link this article in the description box below. And a quick shout out to there was somebody who left a comment with this article linked to it, so I appreciate you doing that. So nevertheless, the article starts off, I'm not going to read the whole thing to you guys, but I will, pick some parts out. Headline: Fatal Brazilian butt lift was day's 7th illegal surgery by Coral Gables doctor. Before, during, and after a fatal Brazilian butt lift surgery, the state says Dr. John Sampson and Seduction Cosmetic Center's Coral Gables location lied in documentation surrounding the tragic procedure. The accusations are in the Florida Department of Health administrative complaint against Sampson filed November 1st. The department's emergency restriction order on Sampson's license, filed October 14th, and written about in an October 17th Miami Herald story, detailed what it called Sampson's failure to operate in a manner that is correct and safe during the surgery. It also said Sampson had been performing unauthorized surgeries at that Seduction location. But the administrative complaint details accusations of deception, including indicating that Sampson might have signed post-surgery paperwork saying the patient was stable and ready for discharge before the surgery. So yeah, just that alone, very suspect, very strange. So I'm going to read some more things to you guys. This is from like the actual Department of Health. And this is like I don't know what the legal terminology is, but this is basically their documentation that they've taken to prove that, Dr. Sampson, or to plead their case that Sampson should no longer be allowed to practice. So I'll put the screenshots up on the screen. Y'all can definitely feel free to pause and read at your leisure, but again, I'm only going to pull out certain parts. On June 16, 2021, patient ER, a 33-year-old woman, presented to Dr. Sampson to receive a BBL. While harvesting fat from patient ER's trunk, respondent repeatedly perforated patient ER's abdominal wall and lacerated her liver, bladder, and intestines. In the course of the gluteal fat transfer procedure portion of the BBL, Dr. Sampson repeatedly inserted the cannula into and through patient ER's gluteal fascia. I'm assuming that's how it's pronounced. Dr. Sampson repeatedly inserted fat into and under patient ER's gluteal muscles. Excuse me. At the completion of the procedure, patient ER experienced a cardiac event, and Seduction staff started cardiovascular life support efforts. Emergency medical services transported patient ER to Coral Gables Hospital, where she was pronounced dead. A medical examiner conducted an autopsy of patient ER's body. The medical examiner observed that the right and left superficial and deep gluteal muscles had numerous tracts that contained copious amounts of lacerated fat. The medical examiner observed that the tracts extended to the deep vein of the bilateral buttocks and to the sciatic nerve. So I'm going to stop there. So in case you're lost or you're not following for whatever reason, I'm going to just break it down real easy. Sounds to me like this lady came in for a BBL and Dr. Sampson injected fat into the muscle of her butt. So if anybody knows anything about BBLs, one of the biggest no-nos is inserting fat into the muscle of the butt. That's just asking for trouble. So why this is so shocking is for a number of reasons, but the main reason being that, to my knowledge, Sampson has been practicing and performing these procedures for at least 20 years. So to be making these kind of rookie mistakes is just unfathomable to me. And that brings me to my next point. So there is a Sampson Facebook group. I don't know if I'm allowed or not allowed to share. Again, y'all, I don't want no trouble. I don't want no trouble. I'm just trying to keep y'all in the loop. So I ain't gonna get too detailed, but there's a Sampson Facebook group. And there's a lot circulating in that group, a whole lot. I don't know if it's even still there. I haven't checked. But just know that the group existed at the time of all this, right? So a lot of the things that are being said in that group, and again, this is social media, so take it for what it is, but a lot of the rumors, a lot of speculation is that it's possible that maybe Sampson was not performing these surgeries. So there's speculation that maybe Sampson had an assistant or an apprentice or whatever you want to call it performing the surgeries, and that he actually wasn't the one performing it. And why people think this is because it's not unheard of, at least in recent times, for that surgery center, Seduction Cosmetics, to take on multiple surgeries in a day. So let's jump back to the Miami Herald article, okay? Because they kind of touch on this a little bit. They don't explicitly say it, but they kind of touch on it. Okay, on June 16th, 2021, Sampson performed at least 7 surgical procedures at Seduction, beginning at or around 6:32 a.m. Surgery number 7 was patient ER, so the lady who passed away, at 8:31 p.m. So that kind of feeds into the speculation that maybe, just maybe, he wasn't performing all those surgeries. And also, in case y'all didn't know, Dr. Sampson has another office in Michigan, or practice in Michigan. And there has always been rumors, at least in the last year or so, that he be going out there a lot and is not always in Miami at the time of the surgery. So again, speculation, take that for what it is. Another thing I wanted to call out in the article is in regards to Sampson's license. So the document identifies that Sampson has plastic and cosmetic privileges at Coral Gables Hospital. But then there's another document that says Sampson does not have plastic and cosmetic privileges at Coral Gables Hospital. The administrative complaint says patient ER signed the document in acknowledgement that Sampson had privileges at Coral Gables Hospital. The only staff privileges listed on Sampson's online Department of Health license profile are an unnamed hospital in Jackson, Michigan. That profile claims Sampson is licensed in Michigan, Maryland, Texas, and the District of Columbia, as well as Florida. State of Michigan says his license there remains valid. But Maryland online record says John Argyle Sampson's license in that state expired September 30th, 2013. Texas records say his license was terminated on February 21st, 2007. District of Columbia online records say his license there expired December 31st, 1986. Okay. Y'all, like, legit, it's just... Okay, so we're going to move on. So I also wanted to share with y'all, as I mentioned, there is a Facebook group. So I wanted to share with y'all a few comments that people made, and I'm going to put them up on the screen. I'm going to, hide any identifiers. An individual said, "Can someone help me understand how was he under restrictions from April 2021 to June 2021 if she passed away on June 16th? Did something happen before her and because of that it caused him to be on restriction? Or was he not to perform anything until he was cleared and licensed to do surgery in Florida? This is too much." Someone responded and said, "That's what I want to know. Why those 3 months?" The original poster said, "I thought I was the only one." And then somebody responded and said, "I just saw in the comments he was under suspension." All right, next screenshot. Someone says, "Man, this is crazy. I still can't believe that he wasn't board certified." Someone responded and said, "He's board certified. He was basically on probation and wasn't supposed to be performing surgery at that specific time." So, y'all, all I can say is this. At the time when I had my surgery, which was in January of 2020, was it 2020? My bad. But yeah, when I had my surgery in January 2020, because y'all know 2020 is low-key like the biggest blur. But yes, when I had my surgery at that time, there was none of this. And I say all this to say, I know that so many of you have come to me and asked me questions, whether it be on YouTube or on Instagram in my DMs, and I answer you guys, I respond to you guys, I appreciate you guys reaching out to me. Excuse me, but with all that being said, I want y'all to always do your own research. Don't just let your research stop at me or the next person on YouTube or the next person on Facebook or whatever the case may be. Always do your own research. So I'm telling y'all this because I would be remiss not to tell y'all this. I want y'all to know that I do want y'all to be careful. And even though with every surgery there's a risk, obviously we're not trying to die, right? Like nobody wants to die before their time. So I just, or before what we think is our time. But nevertheless, I want y'all to be safe and I want y'all to do y'all's research. And, definitely be careful, y'all. There's a lot of stuff going on out here and things clearly are not always as they seem. We will have to see how this whole thing plays out with him, but it's not looking good. It's really not looking good, y'all. I mean, I came out fine, but again, I don't know. I will say this because this might be important to some people. I met Dr. John Sampson before the procedure. Saw him when I was in the operating room. I didn't have any issues. There's some more speculation and more stories out from different women some women said they never saw him. Some women said they didn't even have, no interaction with him before, during, or after. So again, take that information for what it is. But just, again, these are things to kind of note, that have occurred since I've had mine. So my experience was very different from a lot of the women that I came across or a lot of the comments that I read. And so it just shows me that in a very short period of time, things changed drastically at that place. So be careful, y'all. Before I end this video, I am going to show you guys my pictures as it's been almost 2 years, which is crazy, of how I look now. Y'all, I'm here. I do think I'm pretty much the same. Some days I'm more bloated than other days, but all in all, I am still happy with my results. Obviously, I am very sad and very disappointed about what happened with my surgeon. Sad that this happened to this young lady, but yeah, I just wanted to throw these in here real quick for y'all. And that's really about it. I will probably make another video in the next couple of weeks about how I'm maintaining my lipo or trying to maintain my lipo, and we'll talk about that with y'all. But I'm gonna wrap it up here. So if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. If you want to see more content from me, also hit that bell so you are notified every time I post a new video. And I just want to say thanks again, you guys. Definitely feel free to reach out to me on Instagram if you have any questions or comments or anything like that. I do respond. Same thing with the comments on these videos. I do respond. So yeah, that's it, y'all. I'll see y'all in the next one.